I'm going to say, but is it art? I like it. It's different. I've just been for my third visit to the polyclinic. Third change of dressing, and the beard only keeps growing, unfortunately, so it gets more tricky for the plaster to stick to my face. No doubt I'll be having to apply more and more medical tape over the course of the next well, not just a few hours, but a few days actually, because the doctor informed me the stitches will be coming out. That will happen on Monday. Today's Friday. I did suggest to him that could smart. Well, no, I said as best I could in pidgin, Polish, Ukrainian, Russian. It's going to hurt, isn't it? And he played it down, which I was comforted to see. I have to admit, it did smart a bit, maybe more than smart, when the original doctor at the ER clinic threaded the metal wires through the skin to pull it all together. It looks like there might be a nice little monument up ahead. And today what I'm doing is, after extensive research, as people like to say, I've tried various apps for actually trying to capture the best images on the phone. I've tried various settings. I've tried with stabilization. I've tried without image stabilization at different resolutions, and there have been some quirks where in theory an app has suggested yes, I can use image stabilization with high definition, as in 1080 video, but then when I've come to shoot it on my camera, the camera overrides it and clearly doesn't allow for image stabilization, so I can't really knock the app. I can't resist. I don't do it with all of them, although it might seem that I do. Righty-ho, so this is the exterior microphone plugged in. Can you hear that slight background humming? Are you hearing less of the traffic noise here? How does it work out when I'm talking? What works best, do you think, with the audio? Does the fact that there's some background noise from the traffic plus my voice make you not even notice that little background hum? It'd be nice to get feedback straight away, but of course I'm not going to be posting this video for a while, and probably by the time I post any kind of video about the review of the camera, I'll already have, well, definitely been forced to use it out of necessity, one way or the other. I've only got this to work with at the moment, and definitely the original little Acaso camera isn't going to be repairable. Do I go crazy and order online for the delivery of a replacement cheap little Acaso camera? Am I going to be in Ukraine long enough? Am I going to be in one place long enough? I don't think so. I've been in Khmelnitskyi a little bit longer than I anticipated because of the accident that I had, and frankly, once the stitches are out and the doctor's happy, I'll be off. What I can't do is plan too far ahead, because when the doctor takes the stitches out on Monday, it could be that he says, okay, yeah, you need to come back tomorrow because there is some bleeding, and yeah, we just need to change that dressing again, or come back in 2 days. So I can't have the stitches taken out Monday, then go to the train station or bus station and be off somewhere else. Tricky, eh? think that's what you call it. Tricky. Another day, another air raid. Siren blaring. Welcome to Ukraine. What else is going on there? With the way my luck's been going recently, I'm a bit surprised that didn't come along when I was in the middle of crossing the road, to be honest. Okay, I've got a lot to be grateful for. I'm not really the world's most unlucky backpacking traveller. So what have I been doing the last few days? You may have noticed no plaster on the chin anymore. Yeah, I've had the stitches out. I've been back and forth to the doctor several times because even after having the stitches taken out, he still wanted to check and check again and check again to make sure it had all healed up. I think because there was still some bleeding, still a little bit bloody. And oh, here's the much maligned Picasso. And you might be wondering, why am I filming with both the Picasso and my Samsung phone? Well, what have I been doing? I've been trying to get round the problem that I have now with my camera basically being too badly damaged to make films, and this Samsung phone not being a very good substitute. So I've been downloading various apps, trying to get a video app which my phone will allow me to adopt image stabilization with, and which my phone will allow the enabling of an external microphone. I've been trying to use split screens because basically I haven't been able to find anything which works. And I thought, well, if I can use a split screen, perhaps I can use and operate the camera app which comes with the phone in conjunction with a decent audio recording app which allows the external microphone. But no, the phone wasn't having it. It wasn't falling for that one. Just no. I can't use both. I can't operate both apps at once. So I'm forced to use the internal microphone. I downloaded another app, something called floating apps, because I thought, okay, maybe I can open essentially a voice app in one of the floating apps. And no, the phone wouldn't allow me to do that either. So basically what I've had to fall back on is, I'm trying it for the first time now. I'm going to use the older Picasso. While it's recording, it's also recording an audio which, while not being fantastic, doesn't appear to be anything like as bad as the audio that comes with the internal mic of the Samsung phone. So I'll be using the Samsung phone visual in conjunction with the Picasso audio. Don't ask me how I'm going to be able to mix these two in the video editor when I am so inept. It's just something I'm hoping that I can do. It's all trial and error when you're backpacking around and you hit a snag. Here's our buddy, put a flag on him today, but I'm not actually going very far. I'm going to try out this little canteen, which has been on my mind. I think I'm hungry enough to be able to eat something of a reasonable size today. And hopefully I'll be allowed to film inside and see what happens. Of course, you know what's going to happen next, don't you? This will stop recording the minute I put it in my pocket, so I can't check that it's still recording. This will stop recording the audio, and yeah, the experiment will be over and I won't even know it. Oh well, let's give it a go. Mind your step. That's nice, a little place to wash your hands. Always something you find in these types of canteens in Ukraine. I've just come round the corner from the hotel. My paws are clean. So what do I feel like? I've got absolutely no idea. Dobry den. The oboji po something or other here. Looks like a chicken dish, doesn't it? A little bit of this one. How about our old friend Grechka? Budlaska? Super. Dziękuję. This is very difficult because I'm doing my damnedest to not film anybody because I don't want to upset anyone. I think it's worked so far. Having negotiated there, I'm going to make my way down to the end. Don't think I need a drink. I will need to go back for some cutlery. And here the lady will tell me how much it all is. Dobry den.
Добрий день. Тарілочку ставте на вагу.
Now I wonder how they work this out because they're three different things.
79 гривень.
But somehow they do. No idea how much that is. Pay with the card.
Смачного.
Dziękuję. And I think I will need... I think actually a spoon will do it all. That makes it nice and easy, doesn't it? How does that look? What have I got? Mushrooms in a tasty gravy. I'm glad it wasn't a mistake. I'm glad it wasn't liver by mistake. I've got some of the old buckwheat. I'm having to hold my chin down, sort of, the skin, because when I'm eating, there's tension where the wound under the chin is healing. I guess it's tightened as a result of the stitches, and I feel it being pulled on. There's tension there, so I'm just trying to pull the skin down, effectively pushing the skin either side of the wound together, so I can then chew freely. How much did this cost me? Well, way more than I would normally pay, of course, as I'm more of a sort of sandwiches type of guy, I guess. But here in this little canteen, 88 hryvnia 50, which is going to be what? About £2 English money. Doesn't break the bank, does it? And it's a hot meal. Carrots, sweet corn, veggies, with a little bit of chicken. Obviously, if I'd wanted double portion, I could have conveyed that to the lady. You don't have to be concerned about no language skills, and because you can actually see what is on offer, it makes it easy to point and indicate very simply what you want. The lady gives you $1. If you want more, she'll give you a second. A very big plate. I'm still confused how they work out the cost, because I'm sure that the mushroom stroganoff doesn't cost the same as the Gretchen or the chicken sweet corn carrot pea type thing, but they do it somehow. I had to extend a couple of times in the hotel here. Didn't know when the doctor would finally release me. But today I've managed to get good Wi-Fi. You've got to be down in the reception really to enjoy the good Wi-Fi in the Central. Otherwise it's very much hit or miss, and come the evenings it's really a big miss. I'm not knocking it. I would come here again in a heartbeat, as they say. But down in reception this morning it was such a better Wi-Fi connection, and I was able to go online to the Ukrainian train booking website. Oh, I should put that down below, shouldn't I? Nice and easy to navigate. English option if you need it. And I've got myself a train ticket from Khmelnitskyi to Vinnytsia, which is a town with a high-speed train. It's an hour and a half, hour and 3/4 away, with a slow, cheap train, which is, surprise, surprise, the one I've opted for. It's 3 hours away. I chose the ticket. It was going to cost 140 something hryvnia, but when it came to the actual last stages of the payment, the price became 90 something hryvnia. Very strange. And there we are. Something very different from me, as you very well know. But I'm quite pleased to sort of get a break from the room, from the hotel, because I chose not to go out earlier today and do a roam around and do a repeat of the sort of footage that I've done before, and I don't feel inclined, given my limitations and my ineptitude, to really try and take on a particularly exciting video today, because basically I think I would be wasting my time. I've got to keep things very simple and straightforward for the time being, I think, until I've mastered this dark art, if you can call it mastering. I don't think I'll ever have mastered video editing. Hard enough to just hold the camera steady with image stabilization theoretically enabled. Right. It's a je for me to you and you and you. Do 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 do. But remember, don't forget